Have you ever wondered why someone was staring at you too much, or why you're suddenly getting a lot of texts after a social media post, even when you don't think you're attractive enough? Well, being attractive is something that many people take a while to realize, especially when it comes to themselves. It gets even more serious that sometimes these kinds of individuals might even be surprised when they get a compliment from someone. If you fall under this category and you're really wondering whether or not you're attractive, you've got 5 signs that you can check to show you that you're actually attractive, even if you don't think so. Do stay tuned and enjoy. Number 1. You're the center of attention wherever you go. While you might not be the center of attention of the whole room, you might be the center of attention to just one person or 2 or 3 because you'd find them staring at you at intervals. One of the many signs through which people show that they're interested in someone is by stealing glances at them. And well, for someone to like you at first sight, it's an obvious reason that they find you attractive. We've all had that moment when we see someone walk past us, and we just can't help but take a second look, or a third, or even possibly a fourth. This is only because we find this person attractive. And if you're constantly getting this kind of attention, then there's no way you can still think that you're not attractive. Number 2. Some people might seem nervous around you. Just like we'd stare at someone who we find attractive or someone who we have a crush on, the same can be said about when we're in a conversation with them, because we might then start to act nervous. It might not only be when we're in a conversation, it might be when we're just around them. It might be that we're talking way too much than we normally talk, or we're constantly touching our hair or trying to keep our hands busy as much as possible. When someone finds you attractive, they start to look or behave awkward around you, but in a good way. They surely don't want to mess up the conversation or make you think of them as something else, but they just can't help it. And we all feel this way sometimes too. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel to learn more about your personality and that of others too. Number 3. You seem to look better when you look at older pictures. According to a study in 2010 by 2 researchers named Ta Iya and Nicholas Epley, a person is likely to see themselves more abstractly, just the way others view them after a particular period has passed. In coming to this conclusion, the researchers used pictures of participants taken over a long duration, with the results then showing that you're a better judge of how attractive you are when enough time has passed. Have you ever found yourself admiring pictures of yourself that you took almost or over 6 months ago, even though at the time you thought you didn't look good enough? Yeah, that's exactly what Ta and Nicholas meant. We all tend to be initially harsh about how we look, but with time, we come to the realization that we don't even look as bad as we thought, while we now turn our focus to scrutinize our most recent pictures. Number 4. Your pictures get a lot of attention on social media. If you're someone who constantly uses social media and you post your pictures either once or in a while or frequently, you might have noticed that even though you don't get a lot of engagements on some of the other things you say, the moment you post your picture is that time when you're suddenly getting a lot of texts complimenting how you look or how people think you look good, and they'd even want to be friends with you. While social media validation is not something you should seek, the fact that your post gets a lot of positive remarks and your DMs are buzzing after means people actually find you attractive. Number 5. You don't receive compliments when you expect. This usually happens at first when you meet someone or when you're already pretty close to someone. At that point, the person probably feels talking about your looks might make you uncomfortable, or it might not just be the best subject to bring up at the time. While they may not also compliment you always, they try to chip it in subtly, once in a while. While being attractive is something quite a number of people already know about, others just don't think of themselves in that way, and that is why confidence is one thing we should always have. Even when you don't think you're attractive, your confidence, either in the way you walk or the way you talk, is enough to get someone attracted to you. Which other signs do you think shows that a person is attractive? Let us know in the comment section. If you also enjoyed the video, hit that like button, share with your friends, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, then you should also check out 7 tips how to read people.